Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. Last time we took on Queen Bee, and I got the sub-tank from the Floating Ruins off camera. This time we're going to take on the Scrapyard. It doesn't really matter what order we do these next couple stages in. The important part is that we go to Queen Bee and Model H, get those first, so we can get that sub-tank. Because it's the only sub-tank we're getting for the entire game. I think you can also do the thing where you open up, you do the drilling at the hunter's camp. You pay a whole bunch of energy crystals to do that. And I think that might get you access to buying some E-tanks. I'm not going to do that. I've never done that on an expert mode playthrough. We'll just get good, as they say. So I decided to do the... Whoa, hey there. Decided to do the Scrapyard next. It's probably... as far as boss difficulty goes, it's probably one of the easier bosses to contend with. Of course, last time I took no damage from Queen Bee. I was legitimately surprised about that myself. That was a... I don't think I've ever had a Queen Bee battle go that well on expert mode. Another thing is, hopefully this won't take us as long as normal mode, because, well, we've been through it before. Those scrap zombie things, mummy things, scrap mummies, those seem to be taking more damage than they did in normal mode. Is that really what's going on here? Then in that case, maybe Ash does do more damage, but because we're on expert mode, we don't necessarily notice it. And that's what makes it feel the same as Gray's damage from normal mode. I think I've only tried to use Gray once on an expert mode playthrough. I don't think I went through the whole playthrough either. How do I want to deal with you? Yeah, homing. That works. I need to be using that more. It's a really good ability. But we're not going to be trying to collect that life up. We're not going to have to do a whole ton of things around here, so this stage isn't going to take us as long. Another thing I'm going to do starting after this episode, I'm going to spend a little bit of time picking up some extra lives in the oil field. I feel like that's the best place to do that. It's not too far... Whoa. Okay. Scrap dropping is much more frequent. I could... Yeah, let's Chrono Force this. That's got to be the intention here. Yeah, it's still falling pretty fast. And there's my opening. Yeah, I guess that's the strategy we'll go with. I think in here is where we go. I just need to find that lever to turn it off, because I know there's the one section that we do have to go through that would be pretty nasty if we didn't have the scrap fountain turned off. I also keep dashing into the corners because I'm still looking for... I know there's another one-up we can get. I'm looking for that. It's not up there. It's not... Down is the path of progress. I remember that. This way takes us... This will get me to where I want to go. I just take the first door, because the second door takes us to that scrap collecting side quest that we're not doing and don't care about. Oh, I also filled up the sub-tank off camera. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The oil field. Pretty decent place to grind for lives. We can get the one that, well, that I showed in this playthrough to get easily. You can get it with Buckfire or Model H or Queen Bee, whatever suits your fancy. And then it's pretty close to the end of that section, so you just go to that section. In fact, I activated the warp point in the oil field too, and then you just backtrack out of there. And it doesn't take but a few moments, and you can get several lives. And once we get Argoyle and Ugoyle's power, we can get the second one that's stuck behind that wall, which is also not very far from the first one, or the one that we can pick up now. So then we can get 2 lives on every minute-long trip. So yeah, I'm going to be stocking up on extra lives. There's the extra life. Just having an abundance of lives just helps keep the game flowing. So that you're not constantly getting game overs and having to replay stages just to get back to a boss that you're struggling with. Or at least you won't have to do that as often. It looks like I chose the correct path. Again, same strategy to get through that section with using Chrono Force. And now we have this block switch section. I guess I was probably supposed to activate that before. Oh well. Model H is okay for this section. But just okay, because those worm things, they aren't gonna die in one hit. No need to even awaken that enemy. We can go through that door. Yeah, those caterpillar worm things. So if you don't kill them in one hit, make sure you're just hitting the face of them. Otherwise, they like to kablooey all over the place, and you'll probably take a hit. And that won't be good. I don't feel like messing with the directions on Model F's thing, so we're just going to go and go into Queen Bee there to hit that switch. Just take things slow, take things strategically. Take the enemies and challenges one at a time. I know sometimes it may feel like, oh, there's all this stuff that's going to be more difficult about expert mode or a hard mode when you're playing a game. But really, just take challenges one at a time. Don't worry about challenges that you're not at yet, because that will overwhelm you. So if you're like, oh, right here, I just have one enemy to kill. Let's kill it, and let's move on. I think this is where I have to do... No. Not where I do that. Oh, that's right. I don't need to... I'm doing this wrong. I can never get everything in the scrapyard right on the first try. It's a very mazy, confusing place. And I'm not a huge fan of the level. But we're almost done with this, and we'll hit the switch. I do like some of the concepts that they have in this, though. We're going to use Queen Bee. This is where we can take Queen Bee, go upwards. We don't need to do that. Now, speaking of blunders, another thing we're going to find is that I need to have the switch switched in order to get up there. Which means I get to go back through this. Hooray! Alright, back up here. And this time I'll remember to hit the switch before moving onward. I must have got lucky with that the first time I went through on normal mode, because I don't remember running into that problem. Hit the switch there so we can bring these down. While we could fly over a lot of this with Queen Bee, keep in mind... Yeah, see how quickly our energy is being drained, and we do not get any biometal bar extenders in expert mode. So that's why I want to avoid doing that if I don't need to do that. Okay, so what I need to do here is make sure you hit the switch before going through here. And we're good. And that's a switch if you need it and you're coming back, or you're backtracking through this place. And we're at the boss already. Well, this stage went very smoothly. It usually does in expert mode. This is one of the easier stages. It's just mazy and confusing and long sometimes.
I see you pushed your way through all of those Mavericks to get a special front row seat to watch me perform. That's pretty mega of you, Mega Man Model A. I'm Voltron. I play the part of the prince who kisses Model W's and wakes them up.
There's a Model W in here too?
Not so fast. That's where the VIP seats are. I'm afraid you can't go in there. What do you say we start the show? I'll play guitar and you'll sing the vocals.
Now, in the original release,
you scream your last breath.
Instead of... He's supposed to have a line in there about having a mega death, which apparently has been removed in the remaster. But anyways, to deal with Voltron, this is one battle where the ricochet effect on Ash is going to be come in real handy. Because even if you end up not hitting Voltron with, yeah, you gotta kill at least 2 of those scrap mummies right away. Focus on them. But notice I hit one of the things up there. So when he brings those down, it's already going to have some damage on it. So even if you don't hit him, you're still being productive in this battle. This can be like a really long, drawn-out battle, especially if he keeps doing this attack. I recommend taking out the middle first. Look how quickly those fell because we already had damage on them. Does this, yeah, knock down 2 of them, then get on the other side, and I want that dead. Yeah, there's still one over here, but you can deal with that while he's on the other side. Oh, took a hit there. Supposed to stay behind that. Now we have both of those. Oh no, we only have one opened up. The left side isn't open. He hasn't done the, again with that. Almost got him. Yeah, this is bad. But he's dead.
What? This was supposed to be Mega's death concert, not mine! Ah!
So yeah, Voltron, probably the easiest boss, but it can be the longest boss fight. It can kind of drag on if he keeps summoning those scrap mummies. And you do want to deal with them just so you're not getting cornered and taking damage. Otherwise, he doesn't feel much different on expert mode than normal.
Machines. The mechanoloids.
Yeah,
Their
great, it's
voices
Pandora.
Of sadness, of pain, of anger. All food for Model W. Pandora! Even as you awoke, destiny had already been set in motion.
What the heck are you talking about?
The time will come when you shall know everything, and you will be driven to despair.
Pandora? Does she know my secret?
Probably.
Huh. She took Model W with her. She's definitely odd. Good work. The Mavericks in that area seem to be settling down. Mission accomplished. Don't forget to submit a report.
One thing I am kind of disappointed about with this game is that we don't fight Prometheus and Pandora individually. We still have the double team boss battle, which is awesome and really difficult. But I would have liked to have seen individual fights with them again. Alright, well with that, that's another stage that went very well. I'm going to drop a save. I'll see you guys next time, and we'll take on the highway.